What's going on, guys? Money Webby here, back again on Wednesday. Got a nice 8-game slate here tonight. I got it broken down for you with 6 of my favorite plays on the slate. My money 6, a nice little core to get your lineups going. I mean, you can just kind of mix and match a few of these guys if you like some of them better than others. But before we get going, be sure to show some love to the like button. Let's try to get over 150 likes yet again. Yesterday we did that. Let's see if we can do it again. Really appreciate it. If you happen to be new here to the channel, definitely subscribe by hitting that sub button and hitting the bell icon after to get alerted every time I upload so you don't miss out on a video. Yesterday, a pretty damn solid night with some of the plays. Bembry returned a ton of value. We had probably the best play in the slate in Alex Len. He got over 40 DraftKings points. Brandon Ingram did his thing. Westbrook did his thing. Jokic, he was playing really well, but he got in foul trouble in the first half. And then the Nuggets got down big, so you only had like 24 minutes in the game. And it looked like he was on track for a pretty solid night, so that kind of sucked. As I think he would have won over like maybe 50 DraftKings points if that game kind of went closer and if he didn't get in foul trouble. So all in all, really solid night with the plays. Let's see if we can do it again here tonight. So let's just get into it. First guy up, Steph Curry at 10,100. He's coming off some big performances recently in limited minutes. 30 minutes last night, he had 47 DraftKings points. But when he had a full complement of minutes, because the game stayed close against the Mavericks, he had 74 DraftKings points, 27 minutes, 46. So, I mean, like, his fantasy points per minute have been crazy recently. When they've stayed close, like I said, he had 57 in 37 minutes against the Kings. So I think this game will have a better chance of staying close because it is a back-to-back for the Warriors and the Pelicans. They are a very competitive team. They can keep it close. And this game is going to be extremely high scoring. The over-under is like 240, so expecting a lot of points here. Steph Curry played really well against this team earlier in the year with 37, 9 and 2, 7 for 11 from 3. And going against Elfrid Payton, another point guard on the Pelicans. He's not a great defender. I think Steph Curry can get a lot of buckets in this game. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my first guy. Then I'm going to go with Rudy Gobert here at 8,500. The guy's been going off recently. The last 3 games, 58, 52, and 46 DraftKings points. He's been gobbling up a lot of rebounds. And this is a perfect opportunity yet again against a Clippers team that struggles a lot against centers for Gobert to go off. And he's just seeing a little bit more usage, I would say, and more opportunities with the Jazz being down their point guards. Not really a lot of more shots, but 9 and 10 is a little bit sizable, I would say. I think he averages around, looks like he averages around like 8 shots a game. So a few more opportunities and just a few more rebounds going his way as the Ricky Rubio was a solid rebounding point guard, so that can kind of open up some more opportunities and maybe with some more missed shots as the offense kind of struggles a little bit, maybe without Ricky Rubio. He can clean up a little bit more on the offensive glass. So a really good matchup here. And he did have 8 assists in this game against the Bulls. That's another thing that could help him out a little bit more is that he has a few more opportunities for some assists as he gets a few more touches on the court with lesser play, more guys that are kind of just wing players like Kyle Korver that don't really need the ball in their hands. So I'm going to go ahead and lock in Rudy Gobert. I mean, the matchup's too good. The Clippers play at a faster pace, and they allow a lot of fantasy points. So that's my second guy. Then I'm going to go with Julius Randle here at 7,500. Like I said, this game is going to be very high scoring, so you want to get a lot of pieces in this game. I think Randle has the best value out of like most of the players on this game at 7,500. He has really big upside, and for this game to stay close, he's going to have to be on his game. And like I mentioned yesterday with Jokic, the weak spot of this Warriors defense is kind of in the paint. I mean, they still have solid defense, but their wing defense, like against three-point shooters, is typically pretty good. So, I mean, Julius Randle, I think in the post, I think the Warriors will live with Randle having some contested layups and stuff like that. But he's just so good. Such a good post player and driver where I think he can be efficient, get around 20 and 10 or something like that and be able to get over 40 DraftKings points yet again. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my third guy. And for my fourth guy, DeAndre Russell, he's been playing so well recently where his minute upside has gone up a little bit. I mean, he had 37 minutes against the Celtics because he was absolutely balling out. And also Napier was out of that game. So maybe that opened up a few more extra minutes for him. And Napier is questionable again for this game. So hopefully he doesn't play, as Russell, when he gets over 30 minutes, he typically is going to return a lot of value. He averages a lot of fantasy points per minute. And he has an extremely high usage. His usage rate is around 30% on the year. And with him playing so well recently, I think that will kind of make his leash a little bit longer, as the coach has been really critical on him. And they are pretty quick to kind of pull guys when they're struggling, giving them less minutes. So I think DeAndre Russell, with him playing so well and him kind of carrying the load offensively recently, I think he can have another really solid game here. He's so involved in the offense where he can fill it up, be able to score a lot, and at 7,300, a good price for a guy that has 50-plus upside in any matchup. I mean, look at this game log recently: 55, 47, 44, 46, 55, 43. So that's like around 5 or 6 games where he's gotten over 40 DraftKings points, and that's 7,300 in a game where they're going to have to keep up with James Harden here. I think he can definitely do his part offensively. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my fourth guy. Now we got to go value. We're paying up for a lot of elite prices. So Shelvin Mack here at 3,800. I think he's an interesting play here. I mean, he didn't get the start last game. They actually started their rookie Javon Carter, which is kind of surprising to see him start, but he didn't get many minutes at all. I mean, Shelvin Mack kind of outplayed him. So I would imagine that Shelvin Mack could get closer to starting minutes again here if they want to stay competitive. I think that Carter, this doesn't look like he can really be an NBA starting player right now. He seems a little bit still unexperienced and doesn't have that kind of polished game that Shelvin Mack has a little bit. And I think Mack could get closer to 25 minutes here. And at 3,800, it's a nice little price tag that a guy that has showed off some good upside when he's gotten more minutes. He can get over 20 DraftKings points. Not a huge upside, but he played pretty damn well against this Milwaukee team earlier in the year. He got 28 minutes of 15, 6, and 5. Milwaukee does like to go smaller, so Mack could be kind of guaranteed a few extra minutes, definitely with that in mind, as they kind of like to go that small ball with sometimes 3 guards in the court, sometimes 2, but Mack, you should see the benefit of getting some extra run here. They need his offense on the court with some injuries to guys like Kyle Anderson, Dylan Brooks, and stuff like that. Carter seems more of like a guy that's aggressive on defense. I don't think his offense is really as good as Shelvin Mack, so I think he's going to be great value here. I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my 5th guy. For my final guy, a little bit of a flyer, but Ish Smith. He came off the injury, and his price tag is just really good here at 3,300. He's typically a guy that you see him around like 3,700, 3,800 when he's on his game, but at 3,300, this is a guy that can fill it up. I mean, his minutes might be capped, but typically he only sees around 25 minutes anyways, and he got 19 minutes in the last game against the Jazz. And at 3,300, doesn't need to do much at all to return 5 times value. And when he's on his game, it seems like they always kind of give him extra runs. So say Ish Smith comes in here, his first rotation, and he like pops up with like 5 points, 4 assists, and 1 rebound in like 10 minutes. Then he could see like maybe like even 12 minutes in the first half, because they kind of ride the hot hand sometimes. So at 3,300, this is definitely a spot where he can return a good amount of value. Like I said, his minutes might be capped, but he got close to his like minutes anyways last game. So maybe he's feeling 100%. It seemed like they're a little bit cautious with him, and the Pistons, they've been having such bad success recently where they really need him in the lineup to give him a little bit of a boost off the bench. So at 3,300, I like the value here. Good upside when he's on his game. He can easily go over 20 DraftKings points in this game. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my final guy. So I hope you guys enjoyed the plays. You had Steph Curry, DeAndre Russell, Julius Randle, Rudy Gobert, Shelvin Mack, and Ish Smith. 47.50 remaining per player. Definitely doable to fill it out if you kind of go one more value and then a guy around the $5,000 range or something like that. So good luck here tonight, though. Drop a like if you enjoyed the video. Like I said, over 150 likes. Hope you guys did well yesterday, won some money. Should be another good slate here tonight. Subscribe if you haven't already to continue to get these NBA plays for DFS. And good luck here. You can follow me on Twitter at MoneyWebby for any updates on the plays if any injuries and value opens up. And we'll see you back here again next time.